Welcome back to Good Things, again streaming live over at SuperTalk.fm, but it's Friday here, so we've got Tanya in the house to talk movies. And I will say, you didn't give the glowingest review of Jurassic World, I think last week or the week before, but I feel like from what I've seen on TV, it's not doing bad.
Yes, I believe I am in the minority. A lot of people really like it, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm happy for...
No, but I get what from just seeing the trailer, I feel what you felt in terms of your review on it. So,
yeah.
But I think if you've got those tweens, teens, or young kids who just like that kind of stuff, that's who's going to see it and who are enjoying it.
Yeah, and one thing I failed to mention when we talked about it is there is a new little fun character, little baby dinosaur that the kids can get behind.
And that's one thing I feel like the original missed out on, although you felt like a connection to T-Rex for some crazy reason coming from that one, but the whole Blue movement was a real positive marketing tool, I would say, for that one. Okay, so that's behind us, though. It's doing fine. If you like that, you're going to go see it or go see it again. But
the summer has been good for the box office.
It has, even for the Turners to support it.
Yeah. Last weekend was one of the biggest weekends of the summer, so I hope that it just keeps on going. And this weekend we have a big one, Superman.
Mm-hmm. I know you are not the only one I know that has already seen it. I have seen several folks who were waiting for Thursday, waiting for the opportunity. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but ready for it.
Yeah, it's officially released today, but there were some showings yesterday as early as this time yesterday. So a lot of people got to see it. The one thing that really has me excited is I saw it last night, pretty full theater for a Thursday night, but every walk of life was in there, young, old. I mean, you name it, they were in there, and I love that. I love when a movie brings everybody together, And who doesn't love Superman? Yeah. I mean, he's the OG. And, when I first heard, here we go again, we're recasting, starting over, I'm like, come on now. But then they did it to Spider-Man, and every time I grumbled a little bit, but loved the new, I'm one of those that loved every single Spider-Man movie that came out and that are still coming out. And Superman, I'm one of the few people that liked the Brandon Routh Superman. A lot of people did not like that, but I thought he was a great Superman. But they made the decision. They're doing another complete DC overhaul. And we've got... this is the beginning of this movie right here. And so they made the decision to go younger with Superman. He's supposed to be late 20s, 30-ish, and recast, perfect casting. I thought the casting as a whole was wonderful. I thought Lois Lane was great. Rachel Brosnahan from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel plays that role really well. There is the Justice Gang in it, which I have very little knowledge of the comic book side of all of this stuff. But there were some characters that I'd never seen before or heard of. And one of them was Mr. Terrific, played by an actor named Eddie, who, for me, kind of stole the movie. He was so good. And while I have not seen that they have a plan to do a Mr. Terrific movie, I feel like it might happen just because of this movie. But this movie is going back to the roots of Superman, the Superman I grew up with, which was Christopher Reeve, of course, where Superman is just a good guy. He's all about truth, justice, and the American way. And it's just a person trying to bring kindness into a world where kindness is kind of hard to find, which is very much the world we live in. Yeah. But, we get to see him as Clark Kent. There's a little fun little twist on why people don't recognize him when he's got his glasses on as Superman, which I thought was very good. The Clark-Lois relationship is a little different in this movie than we've seen in the past. I felt like another part of the Justice Gang who stood out as Green Lantern. He's got a lot of funny little one-liners throughout the movie. The movie's got super funny parts. Some of the action, it is PG-13. Superman cusses a little bit, which I didn't like that. I just don't think he should do that. But
I agree.
It's PG-13 for
Lex
a little
Luthor,
bit of language.
I feel like he could.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he does.
And even Lois Lane, I'd be mad too.
But I thought that the action is really good. But there were a few very short but very violent scenes that kind of surprised me. And then the other part of this movie that really kind of was great was Crypto the dog. We've seen him. We got a little sneak peek of the movie a few months back before another movie I went to see. I can't remember now what it was. But we were introduced to Crypto, and he is adorable. And so if you're a dog lover, you're going to love this. The relationship between Superman and this dog is just so sweet.
Is that in the comics, Rhino? He said, yeah.
Yeah. And the dog sort of paves a path to maybe a future movie in the DC world. So anyway,
that'd be awesome.
But the story is kind of the same. One thing I really like about this movie is it's not dumbed down. It's like everybody knows Superman's origin story, and so they just kind of roll with it, and they don't show him falling down in the middle of the cornfield like we see in every other movie. So anyway, we know Lex Luthor hates him, and so the premise of this movie is Lex has managed to get a little piece of information and twist it about Superman to get the world against him. And so finally he's going to have the society on his side to get rid of Superman, which is, he's always wanted to kill Superman. And so that's what he's trying to do. But, we get to see some other, they call them metahumans. I think that's right. So, we get to see others of that type in this movie. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now, I will be honest, when it was over, I was sat there and thought a minute, and I wasn't sure what I thought about some of it. But the last 30 minutes really picks up and is really good. I mean, some very clever action battle scenes that I've never seen done before. The colors of the movie were very pretty, very vibrant, very different from what we've been seeing from the DC world. There's a few cameos in there, which I won't spoil. There is a mid-credit scene that doesn't have a whole lot to it, but so if you've got to go to the bathroom, run real quick, come back, because the post-credit scene's pretty good.
Good deal. Would you go see it again?
I think I would, just because I think there's some things that, sometimes when you see something for the first time, you get distracted by what you're watching and you miss what's next. And I feel like that happened a little bit because I was so...
trying to get
just trying to soak it in. And also Christopher Reeve, his son, has a little cameo in it.
Which we knew about.
Yeah, everybody knew about it, but it's a little different on film than what we saw behind the scenes, so that's kind of cool.
Is there anything that can live up to it this weekend?
No, but there is another movie out this weekend, and I feel like this is about as good of counter-programming as you can get, but it's called Sovereign. It's rated R.
Is it a scary movie?
It's not scary, but it is about like a father and son who they hate the government. They think the government is against the world, and so they go around with this distrust of the government, teaching classes, seminars, and run into some trouble.
Sounds like exactly what we need to be watching these days.
But yeah, so that's it as far as, new releases. I'm sure that people are still going to go out there and see F1 and Jurassic World.
Which we saw and thoroughly enjoyed. It was a great date night movie. I mean, it lived up, to the hype. I probably wouldn't go see it necessarily again in the theater. I don't ever see anything again in the theater, but I really wouldn't think about it. But yeah, I mean, I will say if it's on your mind to go see, we thoroughly enjoy seeing it in that setting. I feel like it would be different just streaming it at home. It did they did a great job of making you feel like you were at least in the pit, in the
Yeah.
car, like sort of with them, like you had described. So that was a unique experience that you might not get with every movie.
I think so too. I think it's worth going to the theater just for that.
And we saw How to Train a Dragon, and so I have a 12 and a 5, almost 13, almost 6. All three, we really enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but I mean, it was adorable. It was cute. Everybody, not too scary. It kept the 13-year-old's attention, and the 6-year-old's attention. So, or 5, whatever. I don't want to age her any faster than she has to be, Tanya.
I know.
All right, you guys stick with us though. We got more for you up next.